Yeah, where are all my people in the madhouse? I'll be a guide, climb aboard and sit your ass down. Don't worry, there's no need to fear when you hear. You know we're right here. We got the crew and we're ready for a game time. You're not ready to step inside a deranged mind. Yeah, this is what you came here for. We got Machinima news and fuck yous. It's the goddamn ward.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Hi!
Alec Funnell. And Dante Comstock.
I'm so angry that I'll take my frustration out on this rock-hard dicks.
What the fuck? How dare you? You're abusing your power.
Well, you're abusing something else, Shaun.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, you're abusing them rock hard dicks falling on your head.
What was that from?
It's going to be one of his bloopers in My Restless Nightmares, Dirty Little Sinners.
Wow, you're actually going to use that as a blooper, even though I didn't bloop that at all? It's a lie?
No, that was part of your bloopers. I just mashed two of your different bloopers
that's
together.
What I mean. It's not a true blooper. It's a lie. It's a
the dicks is definitely not a lie.
How dare you?
Thank you for giving me the content, the quality content.
I bet you had so many lines for him because all of them were actually just bloopers that he wrote, and then he's like, haha, look at all these bloopers I have.
I've done that once.
You have enough bloopers to last you a lifetime. I sent you 4 hours of bloopers.
Send them to me.
Wow.
Thanks. Anyways.
But yeah, so we're going to change tones for a minute. You probably noticed last week that for the first time on the podcast, I missed an episode. Sadly, the reason for that is because my dad passed away on the 3rd. So these past 2 weeks have been really, really difficult for me. However, I want to mention that because I want to dedicate this episode to my dad because I know that he would want me to continue to focus on my passion and just to stay positive and kind of keep going with things. When I was a kid, I would play games with my dad all the time. He would set aside a lot of time to just kind of play video games with me, despite him not having any interest in that. That's a very different kind of thing than what, my dad liked. And he would still kind of do that for me. We would play lots of PlayStation 1 games and stuff like that. And he would even sit there and just kind of watch me play through my favorite games like Resident Evil. We kind of shared a special moment with, something that I'm very passionate about. He would just kind of sit there, watch me play Resident Evil for hours on end. And that's just something that kind of stayed with me. I remember him taking me to pick up my original Resident Evil 2 on launch day and stuff like that. He would always drive me around to video game stores to get collectibles and video games. And some of that I still have to this day. So he's always been a big part of the gaming aspect of my life, which is obviously something that's very important to me. And he's just always been there, in everything that I do, encouraging me to, pursue the things that I enjoy. And he was just a big part of my video game experience as a whole. And he was just a very loving, selfless, amazing human being. And I just want to say thank you, Dad, for all your love and support. I miss you. And you'll always be gaming with me because you'll always be with me in everything that I do for the rest of my life. So hopefully one day in some form we're reunited. Okay, with that said, let's get back to the regularly scheduled podcasting. Let's shed the doom and gloom and talk about Resident Evil Ducks.
Okay.
Ducks?
Capcom is partnering with a company called Numskull who makes ducks cosplaying as popular TV, movie, and video game characters. So if you've ever wanted to get a Leon Duck Kennedy toy, your dream is about to come true.
So it's like that Transformers short I did, but now they're transforming into Resident Evil characters.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in my own world. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. Bye.
Other Transformers.
But yeah, along with Leon, you can also get Chris Redfield, Claire Redfield, and Jill Valentine in all their ducky glory. So there you
If
go.
I get Jill, will it be Duck Valentine, which is like her dad, kind of, but not really?
It's the closest thing to a dick you
To
can
dick.
get. I have to admit, like this is the stupidest yet most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Are they like rubber ducks?
Yeah, they're like fucking
Oh, okay, then now I
rubber
think I know what you're
duckies.
talking about. They have them for hockey players. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but now you can get them
Duckles.
in Resident Evil form. It's amazing.
I now know what Lee's going to start looking for.
Residuck Evils.
Oh, wow. Chris Duckfield.
Duckfield.
Alec, how was your week?
Yes. Oh, yeah, my week I played Bioshock, the first one. Never played the games before.
Do you
I didn't get
like
really-
it?
Let's move on.
God damn it. Nobody
it's
likes
okay.
the games I like.
Alex likes it.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good job, Alex.
So yeah, I kind of gave up on it, like, because I got stuck on the medical pavilion, I think it's called. And then Alex just took over and he's continued to play it. And I'm like, okay, I'll just watch it.
Oh, you're using him to get your damn platinums. Okay. I
Why
see.
else have a boyfriend? I mean, come
Wow.
on.
You're fucking cheating. You wouldn't even let me take the Witcher fucking thing, even though I put in the effort myself, and you're getting free platinums by having Alex play for you? You're a dick.
No, hang on, hold on a sec. That game is not a platinum.
What do you
You
mean?
just said, wasn't it like 2 weeks ago? You said you were playing a game and you got all the trophies, and I'm like, well, it's not a platinum then.
Kind of.
Well, then there we go.
I
It's not a
got all the
platinum.
trophies that you can get because it's a
It's not a
broken game.
platinum.
Get fucked. Continue.
I played The Sims 4. I created myself, Alex, and Darth Vader for some reason.
What?
We shared a house, you know, normal. Then he became old, and yeah, for some reason, I ended up creating another family of 8 persons because it's a trophy. So yeah,
Ooh.
I'm gonna see if I can do that by myself, and I'm gonna do it. All right. Bitch. But yeah. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I got a platinum. Platinum, so the second platinum of the 20.
Wait, I thought you already had 2. Or no, I thought you
No,
had 3.
No, first one was My Name is Mayo, and I think it was. I'll look at it again in a bit, but yeah, I got it in Root Letter, Last Answer.
What the hell is that?
It's a
Are you gonna
point
play
and
any
click.
real games?
Look, this one was not my fault, alright? Lee left it to me, so he was like, here, play this. I was like, okay. And then
Wow.
I saw there was a platinum on it. I was like, okay. And then I looked up the trophies on it. It's like, okay, it's easy. You just point and click all the way, pretty much. But it does have a lot of backtracking. It made fucking Resident Evil backtracking fucking fun. But yeah, so I played that to death, and I don't have to play it anymore. So I won't give away the endings because I know he wants to play it.
I don't even know what it is.
Right. Okay. So the story is that you're the pen pal. You are a pen pal, and you go visit the person that you were talking to, the other pen pal, in Matsu, and when he gets there, he finds out that the pen pal died 25 years ago, and he's like, "Well, who the fuck's been writing to me?" And he ends up talking to all the classmates and yada yada yada. So yeah. It's a very complicated story. I kind of gave up halfway through. I was
Terrible.
skipping. Yeah. But I watched Carry On Behind, 1975 British comedy film, where the cast go on a caravan holiday and things go left, right, and centre. I mean, Dante's the Carry On films are quite good for your puns. So if you ever get time to watch them, watch some Carry On films.
Yeah. Gonna go in for some punishment. Ah!
I also watched the last of the BoJack Horseman show thing.
Yeah.
It was it was fine. I couldn't help but notice that it was the last season of the show. It was like they rushed everything towards the end. I was just like, yeah, okay, but it didn't leave with everyone in a good ending. It was like everyone was still damaged. So I was just like, okay, that's good because that was the theme of the show. So yeah, that's good. But otherwise, I'll just say, Sean, it's good to have you back. It's good that
Yay.
we're reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited because we understood. There's one perfect fit, and sugar.
I'm leaving again.
Oh, fuck.
Dante,
What?
how was your week?
Well, my week was mostly quiet, but then fucking then Valentine's Day came around, and then February 11th came around. Yakuza HD collection was finally physically released to everybody, so I finally got to go play 5, and that's been fun, driving people around in a taxi and going crazy taxi on the side. That's been pretty much the only thing I've done for gaming this week, because the rest has been in the updates talk. Valentine's Day. Have I been hunting? I haven't finished Kiryu's section yet. I got 12 hours in, and most of it was spent running around Fukuoka to get used to it, because it's a new place and I don't know where the fuck I was going. I'm like, I feel so lost in a new world. Oh shit. But it's been fun for what I've been doing so far. Trying to do as much grinding before I get to Sajima's part. Other than the gaming on that, there was also fucking Friday. What Friday? So Friday, it was Valentine's Day, and there's a friend of mine, Zach, and we always go out to celebrate Single Awareness Day, and so we want to go watch the Sonic movie.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, okay, hear me out. I know it had a really wonky ass start, and there's that whole fucking ring power thing nonsense, but I like to see it as a perspective of this is just the cinematic Sonic. This is not the full on game one, or at least it's not as ridiculous as some other games that have been adapted into movies. But it was definitely actually a fun experience. It had Jim Carrey had a really he really did his shtick and carried the show well as Robotnik. And I had some genuine moments where I almost had feels. And there was also some nice Easter eggs in there. It was I had fun watching it, and that was what was important. There was also one cool thing they did with the logo. When they showed the Sega logo, they showed all their games as they zoomed out, and I saw Jet Set Radio and Yakuza, and I was just like, oh!
Where's the Yakuza movie?
The CG movie, not the live action one.
No, the live action. Well, I know there is one, but I want a terrible Americanized, westernized piece of garbage trash.
Oh God, no! That's called the. Oh, I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Oh.
Shots fired, but the shots haven't been fired yet. So yeah, that's what we watched. It was a pretty fun movie, and then we went to my job off the clock to go get some drinks and play Time Crisis 5.
Why did you say that in crazy taxi voice?
Because it works. I don't know. So yeah, we did that. We got our names on the high scores. Though apparently on my screen I got 6th place, and on his screen we're in 2nd place. I'm so confused. There's some weird shit going on, but I was pretty badass on there, because I also had this new coat that I bought, this red leather coat thingy that looks DMC Dante-ish, and
It does.
oh yeah, that's right. I showed Alec. It's so good. So yeah, that was mostly my week. Just a few games and a movie and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
Hey, Jazz.
Hey, what?
Hey, I like the things you do. Hey, Jazz.
Hey, what?
I want to know your week too.
How is this getting worse?
What do you mean? Mine works.
Right?
That was my song. There you go. Ta-da.
You know that song.
It's the Frosted Flakes. They're more than good. They're great. Anyways,
Cereals.
how was your week?
My week was not. It was not productive at all.
Aw.
I spent a lot of time going back and forth between my apartment and my mom's place because she's moving and she can't lift anything, so we gotta be here a lot, which is fine. But I haven't spent much time at home, so I haven't gotten to play many games. I'm almost done getting my next platinum, but it's hard.
Your next what?
Platinum.
Oh.
Platinum. Yeah, it's hard.
It is hard.
You play through the entire game, and it's like I'm at the point where I have to get like a specific amount of collectibles throughout the game, but I didn't get them all, and then I got to the point of no return. So now I just like have to start the game over, which makes it a little bit tougher.
Yeah, it's very rare that you can get a platinum trophy without beating a game at least 2 times. Just saying.
Yeah, well, you know, that's fine. That's life.
Yeah.
That's life. That's what the struggles are, and I'm ready to deal with the struggles.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't been doing much of anything else. Like I haven't played any other games. I've been watching Futurama still, and I watched a movie. Okay, this is like not in a bad way. This is in a good way. This is payback for Anna and the Apocalypse because you told me about that movie, and then I watched it, and it was really good. So I'm gonna return the favor, and you need to watch this movie called Iron Sky because it's so stupid, but like I laughed. I was watching it at lunch at work, and I was laughing like the entire time. So I don't really know what it's about.
Is it on Netflix or something, or what? I've never
Yeah,
even heard of it.
It's on Netflix. It's called like Iron Sky, coming of races or something. And basically, I know it sounds like a Nazi movie, and you're right, it is.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a Nazi World War II movie, but basically, from what I understand, I've only watched about 3/4 of it. I have to finish it tonight. But there's like the Earth is toxic and they can't live there anymore, so they live on like the moon base, which used to be an old Nazi a moon Nazi base. And they're moon Nazis, space Nazis. But they're not I don't understand because they're not like Heil Hitler Nazis. They're just like this guy shows up and he's like I think they called him the Space Führer. Or the Moon Führer, and he has the swastika on his arm, but he's like, you know, oh, mankind deserved this, and he's like being all nice, and they're like this race of aliens that came to Earth, and they had to make contact with like the residents of Earth, which were dinosaurs, so the guy gets eaten, and I fucking burst out laughing. It's just so stupid. I can't describe it because I don't understand what it's about, but to watch it because it has a lot of really funny moments. Like when they're talking and they'll just randomly be like, shut the fuck up. And they're like, oh, okay. And I don't know. It's that kind of humor. Like it's along the lines of the shit that we watch or do or whatever.
Good.
So
So it's stupid as fuck.
It's pretty dumb. When it first started and they were like, there was a base where the moon Nazis, I was like, oh great, this is an asylum. Was not expecting that. But yeah, no, it's pretty funny. I laughed. I cried. I laughed more.
You laughed till you cried.
That's pretty much the reason I cried. It's the only reason I ever cry.
Wow.
I have dry eye syndrome. I never cry. Just kidding.
I'm crying right now.
What? I was crying earlier. So yeah, I didn't. Oops, I cut out. Hello? Okay. Other than that, I've been watching, Clone High. You guys don't know Clone High, but I was watching Clone High, and it's good.
So you want to tell us about Clone High? What is it? Do you clone people and get high?
It upsets me that you guys have never heard of the show. It's Clone High. So it's this cartoon. It played on this, like, I don't know. It's funny in the ways of, like, Family Guy, Futurama. Like, it's not for kids cartoon. And all the characters, they're in high school and they're teenagers that were cloned from DNA found of, like, historical figures. And it's just them, like, trying to get by.
Clone High.
Yeah, it's Clone High. That's the name of the school.
Jesus.
And, like, the principal is trying to form, like, an evil army of clones to take over the world, but they're all, like, really dumb in their own ways. Like I was saying earlier, like, JFK is a jock, Cleopatra's a slut, Joan of Arc is, like, the emo, like, edgy kid, Gandhi has ADD, and Abe Lincoln is, like, the nerd, like, the just generic, like, nobody gives a shit. He's never invited to the parties.
Wow.
He's trying to fit in. And there's a lot of good humor. I don't want to, like, go into it too much, but there's, like, an example of, there's this guy he's like a carpenter in the woodshop class, and his name is Jesus, and he's, like, super fucking, like, Mexican, like, generic Mexican character. And Joan of Arc's talking to him about the voices she hears in her head. And then, like, when she's about to leave, he pulls out this, like, nail gun, and he's about to, like, hit his hand with it. And she's like, "Careful with that nail gun, Jesus." And I just, like, I don't know, that line's really stupid, because Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's what I walked into pre-podcast talk. I was like, what are you talking about?
It was either that or I don't remember. I don't remember what we were talking about. That's why I recorded.
There was nothing bad happens
That's
to
why
the
we
Kennedys.
record this so that we can
why I
remember.
I recorded the pre-podcast so we could laugh at it later. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm out of things to watch, so I watch old shows that I've already watched like 20 times.
How are you out of things to watch? There's so much.
It's because I watched them.
Oh.
Like, there's no... I mean, I talked last week about the new season of Van Helsing, but I still haven't gotten to it because I'm still watching Futurama again.
See?
I'm like,
what?
I need to finish rewatching Futurama.
Wow, you're
For the
stuck in the
40th
past. You
time.
can't even move on to the future.
Well, I'm I need to work, like, do some research for characters, so Futurama has them all of them. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Like, they have all kinds of characters in Futurama, and Disenchantment, and
Okay.
all kinds of people. They have them all. They have, like, hooker, gas
it's
station,
diverse.
like bums. Yeah, that word. Word. Sean, how was your week, you fuck?
Wow. Well, it's since I was absent the last week. I'll cover the past 2 weeks, but I'll try and be as brief as I can. In the midst of dealing with what I previously talked about, I was actually able to absorb a lot of media. I spent a lot of time with my family, and we watched a bunch of stuff. So I got to see a bunch of movies, and I got a couple, like, long periods of time where I could actually just sit down and play, like, a shit ton of games, which is rare for me. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, so first off, I started watching Daredevil, Marvel Daredevil, the Netflix one, and that's really good. Very different than what I was expecting, because it's, like, more like crime drama with a little bit of superhero-ness, and I thought it'd be the other way around. So that was kind of refreshing to see, kind of a different take on, like, a superhero kind of show, because there's so many of those going on right now. It's nice to see something different. So that's cool. I'm liking that a lot. I watched Doctor Sleep, which is a sequel to the 1980s Stephen King movie The Shining. Everybody's seen The Shining, right?
No.
No, what is that?
It's fine.
I'm
The
lying.
thing with the hair's Johnny.
Yes.
There's blood.
The
Yes.
thing with the hair's Johnny.
Red rum. Come on. Iconic hallway of blood.
I don't want to go there, Mrs. Torrance.
The two girls that play with us or something.
Here's Johnny.
There you go. Anyways,
Wow.
old movie. It just got a sequel this year, which is kind of weird. And a sequel to that movie seemed like a really, really bad idea. So I was
Yeah.
expecting it to be like total garbage, but it was actually really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Was it?
Yeah, I was shocked. I went into
I-
that just like waiting to shit on it.
Okay, just good. I
Like,
had to
I'm
poop, so I
ready. Let's
waited.
go. My ass is open. I'm ready.
I wasn't gonna watch it, but now like I think I will because
You
we have the same
should.
taste and stuff. So
Yeah, it was.
That's
it
kind of
was
how I was
good.
feeling with the Sonic movie, and boom.
And that could be
Sonic
part
boom.
of it, at least on some level, is that like I was expecting it to be shit, so the bar was so low. But like I actually like it wasn't just like it was fine. Like I actually enjoyed it, so I mean that does say something about it. But yeah, I like that movie. I need to buy it.
How dare you enjoy something?
I know
Duh.
it's so unlike me. What else did I watch? I saw Joker, and that was actually pretty good too.
Whoa, two things in a
Yeah,
row.
2 for 2. But
Was it
yeah,
funny?
it's definitely like a drama that could stand on its own, but it's also like a superhero movie or supervillain movie, whatever. So like there's like pieces of it that you would recognize like as a Batman fan or whatever, like that you could appreciate. But if you don't even know what a comic book is, like it's still just a good movie. And that's not something that you typically run into when you're talking about a comic book movie. It's like it's just fucking pure action, and it's kind of like the Daredevil thing, right? Where it's just like you go into it with that expectation because that's what superhero movies are all the time. So things like Daredevil and Joker, like when they try to do something different and they do it really well, is like really, really enjoyable because you don't get a lot of that kind of stuff going on in this day of superheroes in everything that you fucking see. I
So-
like those movies, but Jesus. It's like
quick
everything.
question for you: did you watch like both seasons of Daredevil or just
No,
one?
well, there's 3. I only watched the first
Three.
season. I just finished it.
Because I watched the first one like when it first came out, and I've been hesitating to watch the next one because a lot of times like the shows that start really well go down, and then I'm like waiting for somebody's input so I know if I
What?
should watch it.
I heard it got better.
Does it?
That's what I heard because like when like Punisher comes in eventually, and I heard like that's super awesome. I mean,
Well,
it
I'm
was
a big
good.
fan of Electro too, so
Yeah, I heard the Elektra thing was not great, but when they get into Punisher, I heard that that's really good, and it was good enough for him to get his own spin-off show. So I mean that
right.
hopefully means something. Doesn't necessarily, but
Well, there you go. I've got something new to watch.
Yeah, there you go.
So can they ever throw in a lecture without it being like meh? Because I remember the last time a lecture was in.
Oh no
anything.
no!
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna say, "Bring me."
I'm
to
gonna
life.
I really like that movie.
Really? What else did
Electra,
I watch? I watched. Oh yeah, I also watched Terminator: Dark Fate, which again wasn't bad. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Like it was better than it had any right to be, because that was another one I was expecting to be total garbage. But it was better than my expectations. But I wouldn't say that that's a good movie. It was worth watching. Like, it was entertaining. And it's definitely the best sequel that's come out in that franchise in a fucking really long time, which again isn't saying a whole lot. But still, it's better than it should have been. We'll just say that.
It kind of just hits a lot of the same beats from Terminator 2 and kind of just gender flips.
And that's I guess that's the good thing, is like, oh, nostalgia, hey, I can appreciate that thing. I don't like the fact that they just, let's make everything, women or this or that just for the sake of doing it. Like,
Ghostbusters.
if it makes sense, cool. I'm 100% for it, Put more women in shit. That's great. But like, if you're just doing it for the sake of just saying, hey, look what I did, everybody. Like, that's kind of the vibe that I get on a lot of this kind of shit. And that's just stupid. Like, same thing with guys. It's like, don't throw a bunch of guys in something just for the sake of being like, hey, look at all these bro dudes, everybody. Isn't this great? Like, I don't like that shit. It's stupid. Just fucking make good content. It doesn't matter who's in it, what race, what gender. Just make good fucking stuff. That's all I want. Is that so much to ask for? Apparently it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Sean's life quote right there.
Yeah.
Just give me good stuff.
Please.
I don't care if you put women in shit.
I don't care if you put shit in shit.
Exactly. Put dogs in shit. I don't care. Just make the shit good. It's fine.
Or I'll
Yeah.
flush you.
And then the video games I played, I platinumed something. I platinumed Uncharted Remastered. I did it in 2 fucking sittings.
Wow.
And I also platinumed Uncharted 2, also in 2 sittings. And I'm halfway through platinuming Uncharted 3.
So we're
Platinum.
In 3 sittings.
18 and 18?
Well, 1 sitting so far, so maybe I can do it in 2. Go 3 for 3. But yeah. So if I get that 3rd platinum, are we tied, Alec?
Well, at the moment, I'm still playing Burly Men at Sea, so I'm quite close to getting it done. So,
You fuck.
Hey, I'm getting up there. I'm almost at 2.
Yeah. 1.5. Well, and we'll get Saints Row at the same time, so there's... Yeah. A wash, I guess? But it gets us both 1 step closer to the goal. We just have to beat Alec because he's a dick and he won't give me my Gwent trophy.
You know what? I'm giving it to you. So there, 2 against
fuck
1.
off! You're not even playing.
What?
What? Yes, she is.
Well, then we need somebody who's not involved. So, Dante,
What?
what do you think? What do you think?
For doing... God.
Just take Sean's side.
Right. What he's saying is, when it comes to these trophies with online trophies that you can't do anymore, he's saying, right, I've got all the trophies I can, and he's declaring it platinum. And I'm saying no, because I got tons of games.
Because it has to have like an actual platinum trophy. That's what you guys have been talking about like these past few podcasts.
But here's the thing, like, it has a platinum trophy, but they stopped supporting the game because it's an online-only fucking bullshit. So when they took away the service, they literally removed modes. So there's like a handful, there's like 6 trophies in there that you cannot get them. There's no way to do it. They're unachievable. But I spent like 60 hours fucking playing that game, and some of those trophies were a bitch.
Big old bitch.
I don't care. I got trophies that are a bitch.
You're such
And
an
I
asshole.
can't get platinum because I know that there's trophies that's online and I can't do. But I don't bitch and moan about it. I just move on to the next platinum thing.
Well, that's what I did too, you fuck.
No, you bitched and moaned about it.
I'm
2
gonna
weeks
bitch
ago.
and moan, but I moved on.
Jesus Christ. Okay, here's what I say. If you did all the trophies, I wouldn't call it a platinum, especially if there's no platinum trophy for some games out there. You just did it. You got all the trophies. That's what I say. I wouldn't call it platinum because then you can't get a platinum if there's no platinum trophy.
Fuck
Yeah.
you guys.
Logic.
I tried.
Wow. Where's your compassion?
I fail to see the logic here.
Hey, look, I worked hard. I got so far.
But in the end, does it really matter?
Fuck.
Did you say metal? Doesn't it really metal?
Yeah.
Good. Great. All right.
My collector's edition of The Walking Dead Definitive Edition that I
Fuck.
bought like almost a year ago finally arrived yesterday. And I think it's missing stuff, so that's cool. But I'll probably do an unboxing of that because it looks like it's pretty cool. But so here's the deal. So the collector's edition comes with a statue, and they made the statue and they got back like the prototype or whatever, or the sample from whoever's like building the statue, and they weren't pleased with it. I guess it was shit or not good enough or whatever the fuck. So they delayed it. They delayed releasing the collector's edition, and they redesigned the model or whatever, and they had it redone, and then that came back and it was fine, and they showed it to like all the people that pre-ordered the collector's edition, and everybody shit on it, and they're like, oh, we don't like that pose, that's stupid. So they went and they redid it again, which delayed it again, and then they said that they were going to give everybody that pre-ordered the collector's edition both statues, which I thought was really cool and kind of made it worth the while having to wait all that time. But I'm looking at the box and it's like, I don't see 2 statues in there. But I just kind of glanced in there, so I don't know. So I need to do an unboxing, and then if it's not there, I need to go fucking yell at somebody. So that's fun. But I'm hoping it's there. Because I just want my stuff. I waited a long time. Just give me my shit.
Can you guys hear that snowplow?
No.
Okay, good. It's really loud.
Wow. But that's all. That's my week. Ta-da!
You say it's your week, but it was pretty strong.
2 weeks.
Ah.
I see what you did there. It's time for some news. Was that Chewbacca? What is happening? So we got essentially 2 weeks of news. So strap in. There's a good amount. There's so much that I didn't do a couple things just because there's too much. But it's fine. But yeah, so first up, the Resident Evil TV show is finally happening, question mark?
Yay!
You mean yay? A brief synopsis of the upcoming RE show popped up on Netflix's official media center, but was quickly taken down. But thanks to the Wayback Machine, nothing ever truly leaves the internet. So the description for the story of Resident Evil goes as follows. The town of Clearfield, Maryland has long stood in the shadow of 3 seemingly unrelated behemoths: the Umbrella Corporation, the decommissioned Greenwood Asylum, and Washington, D.C. Today, 26 years after the discovery of the T-virus, secrets held by the 3 will start to be revealed at the first signs of the outbreak.
Oh, hell.
That sounds terrible.
What?
Starring...
I mean, clearly they're just doing their own take on it. They're not basing it off of the games, which everybody knows how I feel about that. Just fucking take the thing
good,
and
right?
make it.
Love when they do that.
Fucking stupid. So how does this sound to you guys? Does this sound interesting?
So they're essentially just making a story of how they discovered the T-virus and how they're making it and how they're disputing it.
No, it sounds like it's about the aftermath because it takes place 26 years after the discovery of the T. Well, I mean, I don't know what that means. 26 years, I guess that doesn't necessarily mean the outbreak happened, but it could mean that. I don't fucking know.
I hope that they do what the movies didn't and bring in like the original characters, because that'd be cool.
If 1988 plus 26, that's like way in the future.
Well, and two, it says at the first signs of the outbreak. So I guess it is. I mean, it depends. You know, it depends like how much of the backstory are they going to show. They could, you know, do a quick recap and then have the show take place in the future. They could have it like explain the whole thing, like from the beginning, discovering the virus. Who knows? It's a TV show. It could go anywhere.
2024, so it's going to be in the future, assuming it's that timeline. And then they're going to go Terminator on us.
Nemesis is going to be a Terminator.
Stars.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of a vague description, but it doesn't sound very Resident Evil in there, you know. They said T-virus.
Oh,
there's zombies.
Maybe you don't know.
Exactly.
Fucking, I don't know. It's probably gonna be garbage.
The only thing is like I can, I think back to Zero and Spencer, or Marcus, like they went to somewhere, they picked up a plant or something that was making this, and they tested it and they found the sample, and that took many years. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. That's what they're doing. They're not touching the scenarios that we got on the titles. They're touching the in between, from Discovery to Resident Evil 1 or 0.
Well, it would have to be at least both, right? Because they talk about, 26 years later in the first signs of the outbreak. But like I don't want that. Like that's all boring shit. We don't need to see them experimenting on the fucking plants. Like we get it. Like how much of that can you show?
I would like to see Marcus get on with a leech. I mean, see how that started.
God damn
Look,
it.
if we needed a Resident Evil porno, there are fans out there who can make that.
Yeah.
This just bothers me because it's like they already did their own bullshit alternate universe version of Resident Evil. How about we do a real one? Like, let's do that. That would be different and new.
Do you know what's going to happen? Is in the Resident Evil Capcom games, they're going to come up with a character called Alice. Just to piss you off.
I will fucking murder somebody, I swear.
Alice is going to be like the A word of Resident Evil.
I'm just going to go kill, what's her bitch? Mila
What's her
Jova
bitch?
Crotch.
Jova
She
Crotch?
dies, then Alice dies with her.
No.
That's so violent. Shaun, why are you so angry all the time?
Because she's ruining the thing I
You
like.
know why she's in everything?
I know, because Paul W. Anderson's a
No.
douche.
It's because she has a multi-pass.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
That don't make no sense. Any whore. Just prior
Any whore?
Just prior to this news, a Witcher show fan site called Redanian Intelligence reported some leaked information stating that the show will run 8 60-minute episodes, start production in April of this year, and wrap up in October of this year. Both bits of news should be taken with a grain of salt, but the source of the synopsis being taken directly from Netflix itself should pretty much make it concrete. But as far as like the filming time frame, the runtime, and all that, that's just kind of rumor. But it could all be rumor. Who knows? We'll see. I hope none of it's true, but yeah, we'll see. It's gonna suck anyways. There's no hope. Where's the good news? Where's the ray of light? Where's it at? Come on, Capcom. What are you
Up
doing?
my ass.
Sun.
There's a ray of light out my window.
Well, can you move it over here? Can you shine it on my ass?
If I touch it, I will die.
Are you a vampire? What is this?
Well, the ray of light, like the sun, it's really far, and it's like fucking over 1,000 Ks, whatever the fuck those mean again.
Speaking of
Kilometers.
vampires, more Resident Evil 8 leaks surface.
Oh my god.
Oh god
All
damn
right.
it.
So, what's the latest rumor?
This time coming from a German games outlet called games.de or de. I don't know. The apparent leaks were taken from a translation of a video posted on their website. There's quite a bit of information, again, confirming previous leaks, debunking others, and of course adding some new information as well. So again, like we did before, we're just going to go over the bullet points. And here we go. There's a bunch of them. So the first one, the rumor that the game had been scrapped in development started over several times is wrong. Discussions about the logo design and if the game has an 8 in the title are useless at this point, since things can still change a lot, which is fucking obvious. Release in maybe 1.5 to 2 years. Setting is in Eastern Europe or an adjacent country to that area. Village and snowy landscape. Castle, but it's smaller than the one from Resident Evil 4. Medieval setting and enemy designs. Not actual werewolves, but wolf-like creatures. One or more witches will be hunting Ethan. Even though it sounds like the Hook Man from 3.5, it's something new. Zombies are wearing knight armor and wield swords.
What?
That's what was missing from the other games.
I mean, they kind of touched that in Resident Evil 4 a little bit for like a half second, but no, stop.
It's enough.
Yeah, that's more than enough. We got it. We're good. More action heavy than 7, closer to Not a Hero gameplay wise, so that's not good. Director has been with Capcom for a while and didn't change or leave, which is a correction from the previous post. Director was previously behind the scenes executive producer who directed one game. And finally, maybe you can find out who it is. Chris returns, but with a twist. Whatever the fuck that means. People are theorizing that he's going to be evil.
Kyle there.
Or they're
He's
gonna
goal.
they're gonna give in to the fan theories or whatever, where everyone's like, "That's not Chris, it's a clone" or whatever. That'd be dumb as fuck.
Umbrella's not bad. They're good now.
So who's excited about this?
Well, I wasn't excited about 7, and I'm less excited now.
I mean, I'm probably still going to play it.
I mean, I'm buying it no matter what. If it has fucking unicorns in it, but I'm not going to be happy. I mean, at this point, maybe it'll have vampires riding unicorns. What? Why not?
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah.
Nah.
Can Chris sparkle? Who knows?
Chris can punch boulders.
Well, now he's going to sparkle while he does it.
Jesus Christ. What has happened to this man?
Daymare 1998 is coming to consoles. This is a recent survival horror title that we've talked about several times on the show. This game is created from the team responsible for the scrapped fan remake of Resident Evil 2 that got shut down from Capcom. The devs took what they were working on and they turned it into an original survival horror title. The game released in September last year on Steam with positive reviews, but currently sits at a 62 on Metacritic, which isn't, great. But Metacritic can be harsh, so it's fine. But if that's not enough to turn you away from a new survival horror experience, the game is making its way to PS4, Xbox, and Xbox One alongside Resident Evil 3 Remake this April. And the best part is, it's getting a physical release.
Yeah. Now Shaun can actually buy it.
Yep, that's the only reason I didn't buy it, because it wasn't physical. So now I can actually get it. It's probably going to suck, but hey, support, survival horror. Give them your money dollars.
Support your survival whores.
And the ward.
And me.
Patreon.com /
the word productions.
Daymare 1947. What?
Hello?
I'm confused.
Me too? Is anybody gonna check it out when it hits PS4, or just not interested?
Not if it's physical.
If it's what?
Not if it's physical.
Oh my god.
Why do you hate me? Why do you do this to me? I mean, it's gonna be digital too, but
then it's not the
Haven't you missed us?
No.
Yeah. we missed you.
I don't need this kind of stress in my life. Buy it. Support.
Okay.
Hey, look and listen. Okay.
Look.
Fucking what's his ass? Paul Haddad is in it. Old
Who's
school original Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2 does a voice in it. Support him.
Wow, and
He's
that dude's like old.
Wow.
So is Leon.
But he's still
kicking.
Yeah, he's still supporting the horror space. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying?
It's on vacation.
It's beautiful. Get the fuck out of here.
Not even
Platinum
getting any
Games still wants to make Scalebound. Do you guys even know what Scalebound is?
Nope.
Do you guys like video games?
Nope, not anymore.
Was Scalebound that one game that Hideo tried to make?
No.
No? Okay, I don't remember Scalebound anymore.
It was an Xbox One exclusive action game that involved controlling a dragon, and it looked like the main character. He looked like Dante. Like he's super.
Yeah, that
like
one.
Dante. Yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah. Okay, we are thinking about this thing.
I've
Well,
never met
Hideo
Dante. I don't
Kojima
know
didn't have
him.
anything to do with it.
No, right. I meant Kamiya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked
That's
really
right.
cool, and everyone was excited, and then bam, canceled in 2017 for like no reason, and then it was just gone. But anyway, now that Platinum has become a self-publishing company, they have now stated that if Microsoft is willing to give Platinum the rights to the title, they would love to resume development on it. which would be amazing. Is Microsoft going to do that? Probably not. But it'd be nice.
Then they can also make it for the PlayStation 4.
Well, I don't know. Microsoft's been super like friendly with other like competitors and other companies, and since they're trying to break away from being a console or whatever, and they just want to be a brand, you know, maybe this will be an opportunity for them to extend their services further. Who knows?
Because they can't make their own games anymore.
Yeah, they gave up.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't do this. Fuck it.
As basically, isn't that kind of what Sega did too? They just tried so hard, and they're just like, "Fuck it, we're a brand now."
And they got so far,
but in the end,
They got branded.
well, they got Brandon. Brandon.
they got Brandon.
Brandon.
Just take a look at this.
So it's Xbox. Now it's Xbox's time to disappear.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
I think they're all gonna disappear. You know, it's just
Games.
Microsoft is giving up first, basically.
Well, Sega did it first.
I didn't put this news article in here, but like fucking Sony's talking about how they're waiting on Microsoft to announce a price point before they're even going to do theirs. Like, how does that even make sense? And maybe,
so they could just...
Maybe I don't remember the previous generations being announced and stuff, but I could swear that by this point, like, what are we, 8-10 months away from the release of these consoles? I'm pretty sure every other console generation, we knew what the fuck the system was, what it looked like, what it cost, what the launch titles were going to be. We had way more information than this. But at this point, we don't even know what the fucking PS5 looks like, or how much it's going to be, or what's going to be on it. We don't know shit. And it comes out.
I hope it looks like that V console. I like that V console.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fine, I'm going.
God damn
I
it.
like my own podcast. Blackjack, not this.
Oh, can I come?
No.
What?
Oh, wow.
Gay hookers.
I'll just invite the hookers over here with promises of
Yay!
drugs and alcohol.
I can go?
You can be one of the hookers.
That was implied.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm finding the whole like Sony waiting for the price to be announced like amusing as like a history repeating itself. Because I still remember the time that like what was it when Sega had announced the 32X or whatever at their conference. Like they did it like prematurely. No one was fucking ready. They were just trying to like be balls deep and ahead of the game, and they announced it for like what $399 or something like that. Big ass price.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Sony came up, the guy had a whole speech, but instead he just replaced it with one thing. $299 and just walks off. And I'm just thinking that's just what they're trying to do again. They're just trying to do the whole like, okay, you said $599.
That's just
$4.99.
that shows you that they have like no one has any confidence in their products. Like Microsoft is just like, fuck that, exclusives, we don't give a shit about that. We're gonna give you no reason for 2 years to buy our system. You know why? Because we don't give a shit. And then fucking Sony's like, oh well, we're not even confident enough to put a price tag on our shit. We want to see what Microsoft is doing. What? What is happening?
Competition could be a real bitch sometimes.
I
So
feel
can
like
Microsoft-
we've just gotten to the point where like games are just like everywhere and they're normal and like it's part of the mainstream and it's just like this normal thing that is just expected to be there now. So like it's just normal. Like nobody expects anything of it because it's just there. It's been there. We're used to it. So nobody has to try anymore. There's no expectations anymore. Where before it's like everybody wanted to be the best and get their name out there and, you know, rise above. And like there was competition and motivation to be better and to grow and to make something cool. But that's just gone now. Because video games are just everywhere and they're on my phone and it's like you buy a digital game, you play it for 5-10 minutes, you forget it fucking existed. Like, and then you move on to the next thing. Like nobody cares anymore. None of it means anything anymore. And it really fucking sucks.
You're doing a good job of being positive, by the way.
God damn
Yeah.
it. 2020, I failed you. It's not my fault that this is news, okay? I was optimistic with the movies, okay? I tried. I got
He's making
platinum
baby
in.
steps, guys.
Exactly. Give me a break.
Give you a break? Do you want
Give
me
me
to
a
give you a
Kit Kat
piece of that
bar.
Kit Kat bar? Well, I could give you bars, but behind a jail cell.
What? Oh, I thought that was going to be a rap
Yeah.
joke.
No,
Okay.
no. You already heard those jokes.
You're right. Speaking of Platinum Games, the company has launched a Kickstarter for the Wonderful 101. Another game none of you probably know about, right?
Actually, I do, and I heard about this news from Zach yesterday. So go on, do tell about this news.
So the campaign raised over $1.6 million in its first 10 days, which means the game will hit the PS4 and Steam for the first time.
Because the bar was set to 50,000.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
it's
feel
just
like they knew, because it's got a cult following, like people love the shit out of that game, but it was only on the Wii U, so nobody had access to it. But like people knew about it and like watched videos and were like yearning for it. So when this popped up, people were like, "Oh shit, I can get it now? Fuck, I'm on board." Plus, obviously, Platinum has a reputation too of just making good shit.
Right.
Unlike some fucking people.
Wow.
Can they now just do that same shit but with like Fatal Frame 4 and 5?
God, they're Platinum?
Please. Oh, well, no, not Platinum, but
say,
can
what?
Nintendo just give up
Could you
more
imagine
properties?
if Platinum fucking made the next Fatal Frame? That'd be terrible.
Oh my god, that would be action and
Exactly,
intense.
that's not what you
It-
need.
You could like
Fucking running
jump
up walls,
backwards
taking
while shooting.
pictures.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe that
Oh.
could be amazing. Who knows?
There's some dodge mechanics in there too. You can get witch time to shoot a photo in slow motion.
Fucking ghost camera time.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
But for those of you that don't know, there's a brief description of kind of how it plays. In the Wonderful 101, players control a horde of superheroes from an isometric viewpoint and can turn them into various objects called unit morphs. As levels progress, players must explore each stage to find helpless citizens and recruit them to join their army of heroes. The more heroes gathered, the greater the special morph powers can be. At the cost of depleting their battery meter, players can use unit morph forms to defeat enemies, solve puzzles, and traverse the environment. So it's kind of puzzly, kind of action combat-y, and it's
like a
called
Pikmin,
Wonderful
but fighting.
101 because you're just like getting this massive group of tons and tons of heroes, and you're using them to form like fucking Voltron, basically.
It's like Pikmin, but with fighting.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, a little bit.
Like Kamiya made a Pikmin game. He's even in the
Fucking with kick-assness.
combat. Yeah, he's even in the game too.
That's like the thing to do. Like when you're the cool Japanese director, you put yourself in the game. It's like an obligation.
And then he's like the strongest person, but if you get one hit, you're dead. That's like Kamiya's principles right there in a character.
Yep. And
in his own
one
game.
of the rewards for backing the Kickstarter is you can get blocked on Twitter
No,
from yeah.
blocked. How dare you get my game out of Nintendo?
Yeah. But anywho, it looks cool. I would never buy a Wii U to play it, so now that it's coming to the PS4, I can play it, and I'm kind of hyped about it. Wow, you fuck.
You're welcome.
More Resident Evil news.
Yay!
Yeah, Resident Evil games continue to sell buttloads. I put
Okay.
boatloads in the notes, but I'm going with
What?
buttloads because it's better. Resident Evil 7 has now sold 7 million units, ironically.
Ha.
God, why?
Placing it only 0.4 million units behind RE6, which if passed would put RE7 at the second highest selling RE game of all time.
Stop buying the game.
No, then we won't get any. Then there's no hope of redemption.
I'm
Keep
fine with
buying
that. Let
it.
Resident Evil finish. Finito.
What needs to happen is the remakes need to get all the money, and then like the numbered ones, the first person ones needs to still make money, but not as much. And then there's getting the money they need to make a new game, but then they can be like, oh, well, the money's over here with the survival horror stuff in the third person, and then they'll go that direction. That's what we need. They still need the money though, otherwise Resident Evil dies. And no. Well, maybe after 8. I don't know. We'll see how I feel after that. I might change my tune. We'll see.
Once they get to 10,
I mean, how many Resident Evils do you really want? I mean,
A million.
well, Resident
Why?
Evil World, because this world is evil. With
you'll be dead by then.
Wow. No, when I die, they have to stop making Resident Evils. I'm gonna
Oh my god.
do something, some kind of terrorist threat, or I don't know.
As a ghost?
Before I die, I will like issue a threat and be like, I've got nukes placed in strategic locations, and I have agents, sleeper cells across the world that will know when you release a new game, and they will trigger the nukes.
They'll be like, "Where are the sleeper cells?" Well, there's one in Britain.
I learned all this from watching The Joker, because apparently that's what that movie's about, according to the critics.
I thought it was about joking.
Going back to the story, at the rate that Resident Evil 2 Remake is selling, though, it very well might actually beat the number 2 slot, or might take the number 2 slot over Resident Evil 7, and might even make its way to number 1, just because the trajectory that it's going on right now. It's definitely working its way up there. It's already at 5.8 million units sold, and it continues to climb, and it's still selling pretty steadily right now. And I think that when Resident Evil 3 Remake comes out, it's probably going to push even more sales to that, because people will be buying 3, and they'll want more, and then they'll go to 2, and the hype will continue to go. So there's a good chance that Resident Evil 2 might actually be the number 2 or number 1 selling Resident Evil game of all time. So there you go. You can relax, Alec. What is the sigh? There's no winning. There's no pleasing you.
Wow, now is Alex starting to sound like Shaun?
Yeah, am I rubbing off? What is happening?
I hope you are rubbing off. On a carrot.
Dude, you can't see that?
I just did.
Oh, fuck.
Get fucked.
But yeah, that's what I want to happen. I want Resident Evil 7 to get the money, and then Resident Evil 2 Remake to get more money, and then, then everything can be like that. That's my wish. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But who knows? I can dream. I'm trying to be positive, okay? What are you laughing at?
Something completely irrelevant.
Don't lie to me.
It was he said get fucked, and you were like, that's what I want to happen.
Oh my god.
And I just laughed.
Yes.
'Cause you just kept going, and I was like, no one else caught that. All right.
Shaun has a knack for that, where he'll just keep going on after someone said something.
Diz does it too. It's not just me, okay?
I think it was
It's all
Diz
about
that
the
did it
uncles.
to you.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's always the uncles.
God damn it. Anyways. Guess what?
Anywho.
More Resident Evil news.
Wow, there's so much Resident
there's
Evil
so
news
much, and
knocking
it's
at your
all
door.
Negative. Why?
Knock, knock.
Resident Evil Resistance announces more characters and levels. Yay. Get excited, everybody.
No.
You're still going to be playing with everyone else
Fucking
once it comes
Alex.
out.
No. For the 5 people on the planet who care about the upcoming multiplayer modes that will be included with Resident Evil 3 Remake, 2 more masterminds have been revealed. Alex Wesker and Oswell Spencer will join the previously revealed Daniel Fabron and Annette Birkin. Are you excited?
All sound made up.
They are.
I can get some more footage for Spencer, I suppose. For
There
outside
you go.
residents.
It's going to be Umbrella Corps all over again. I'm telling you.
Corpse.
Crops.
Umbrella crops.
Get your corn.
Get your
There's
carrot.
also a casino and abandoned theme park level as well, but who gives a shit?
Ooh, I love casinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. More good news. You ready for it?
Resident Evil.
It's not Resident Evil this time.
Oh, it is good news.
Wow. You
Get out.
shit.
Wow.
Prince of Persia makes its long-awaited return
Oh.
God,
as a
why?
VR escape room.
For fuck's sake.
My god!
I'm telling you, they're trying to fucking destroy video games. Like, somebody out there in a fucking dark room sitting on a throne is just like plotting the demise of the video game industry.
Trump.
And somehow, like, Cliffy B's there for some reason. Like, nobody wants him there, but he's there.
Like, what do you want us to do in a Prince of Persia escape room? Run across the fucking wall? To like,
Rewind.
yeah, rewind and fucking. There's just like sand creatures everywhere or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, here's the thing. So, it's a VR escape room. So it's not even a game. It's not even a fucking game. So Ubisoft has already made 2 VR escape rooms for Assassin's Creed, and now they're doing this fucking Prince of Persia one, and it's called The Dagger of Time. And these VR, yeah, so original. But these VR escape rooms still take place at a physical location that you have to go to participate, but they're enhanced using VR headsets for a more immersive experience. Wow. So it's not even a fucking video game. Like, everybody's complaining about, like, bring Prince of Persia back, bring it back, we want it. And then they do this. I swear to God, they do this just to piss people off. Like,
I guess we really do got to rewind.
Wow. The people that would be excited to see the Prince of Persia name come back, this is not what they want. This is just going to piss them off. And everybody else doesn't give a shit, or they don't know what Prince of Persia is. So who is this for? Nobody.
It's for you, Shaun.
Yeah, to make me fucking mad, and it's working. I just don't get it. Why are they doing these things? Why
you gotta be like that?
Why you gotta be like that? Next up. Oh, more good news. You ready? You ready for this?
Oh, man.
Are you being sarcastic?
This one's real special for you, Alec. This one's just for you, buddy.
Right, okay, yeah, let's hear it.
EA increased the price of digital games in the UK.
Oh.
For what appears to be no reason whatsoever, the majority of EA games on Steam have all increased in price. Games like Dragon Age Origins Ultimate increased £5, and SimCity 4 Deluxe nearly doubled in price. A 16-year-old game nearly doubled in price. This is the kind of shit... What? Oh, wow. Wow. I see what you did there. You fuck.
That's it. I'm gonna elope to Canada. That's it. I'm coming back.
No, don't. It costs $20 more here.
Wow. Well, soon it's going to cost even more than that.
Like, oh, games are $40. I'm like, no, they're like 80. Fuck off.
But this is the kind of shit that we're going to be getting, like, as we fucking buy digital and digital takes over. Like, we're going to start seeing this shit all over the fucking place.
Inflation.
And everybody right now that's like, oh, it's just convenient and... Well, that's all well and good until shit like this happens. You gotta pay fucking $365 to get a fucking 16-year-old game.
Yep.
That'll be fun. Speaking of scary digital game problems, Warcraft 3 Reforged apparently is a trash fire. Blizzard remade Warcraft 3, but in the process changed and broke a bunch of things from the original that has everybody pissed off. The biggest problem here, though, is the fact that the remake replaced the digital version of the original. So whether you downloaded the remake or not, your version, once connected to the internet, will automatically upgrade to the shitty broken version, and the old and well-known loved version will no longer exist. They just straight replaced the good version with the shitty, broken, quote-unquote, upgrade.
And truly...
Like, this is the thing that they can do with digital games. It's like, oh, we're going to fix this game. And then they try and fix it, and they fuck it up, and they make it so that everybody hates it, and they replace the good version, and guess what you can do? Nothing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're not paying attention to the news, it's just like, it's going to be so fucked up. You just, like, jump on to play your game like normal. Like, oh, I bought this game. I'm just going to go on and play it. And it's like a different fucking game, and it sucks now. That'll be great. You shut up. Video games suck, everybody. 2020, the year of
Just give up.
The year of just give up. Well put. It's very accurate. But that's the news, everybody. Is everybody uplifted by all this positive video game information? Are you excited to be a gamer in 2020?
I feel the weight of everything just crushing me.
That's because of all the extra pounds in the UK.
What a time! What a time to become a retro gamer, right? Start playing the old shit. Because the new shit is garbage.
This is the new shit.
Get the fuck out!
It's not even garbage day.
Garbage day.
No!
Oh no!
Wait! Sorry, I forgot. No!
Oh!
Well, he's dead. He's given up. Yay!
Wow. Now it's time to talk about some survival horror stuff that's not news and, well, I guess it's kind of depressing. Well, it depends on your answers. We'll see. But today we're going to talk about missed opportunities in survival horror games. So this could be a game that maybe had a lot of potential, but they fucked it up, or a good game that could have been a little bit better if they had added like X thing, like a character or an element, or maybe it played a little bit different. So what would your choice be if you could pick like any survival horror game that just kind of missed the mark?
Oh,
like what
now
would
I
it
have
be,
to
and
think.
what could you do to fix it? I didn't give you time to prepare for this because you were sleeping, you fuck. So you can go last, Dante.
Okay, great.
You get to go first.
Wow. You said Alec, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all right. So I'm going to talk about Resident Evil 5 and the missed opportunity.
Resident Evil 5, a missed opportunity? What?
Yeah, no! So at the start of Chapter 3, when Sheva is asking Chris what happened to Jill, Chris explains, yada yada yada, that he received a tip.
Chris explains, yada yada yada.
And the tip could have come from, let's say, Billy Cohen. Now, why Pilly
Pilly Doan.
Billy Conan.
So why Billy? You say, well, if you go back to Resident Evil 0, and Rebecca asked Billy, so did you really kill 23 people, whatever it was? Then he explains that his army kind of got sexually frustrated, and I can't talk.
Neither can I. It's fine.
And they shot all the innocent African people. So I'm thinking, that was a missed opportunity. They in Resident Evil 5 they could have brought that up, and Sheva could have said like, oh, it was Billy's armies, not necessarily Billy, but Billy's armies that was tasked to kill the people from Umbrella because the village knew something or whatever. But you could just have Billy in the game. I mean, he could, he disappears after 0, and where he goes, he could feel bad about what happens in Africa, so he goes back to kind of do some good deeds, I suppose. So yeah, they really could have put Billy in there, and just to piss off Dante. Billy!
Yeah, I've been thinking about that the entire time you just brought up Billy.
Yeah, honestly, they could have given him the role of that fucking, whatever, that guy that gives you your weapons or whatever in the briefcase that gets his head cut off. Like, they could have given that role to Billy.
Yeah, he could have been a merchant.
Billy could have gotten his head
like
cut
that would have, yeah, seriously, like that would have been a cool little cameo. And it's like, obviously they don't give a shit about Billy anyways because they haven't talked about him in fucking forever. So bring him back, kill him, whatever. Like, at least they're doing something with him. And
see, that's another thing. Like, Billy could have been one of the enemies that like Chris and Sheva beat up, because Excella's obviously putting Ouroboros testing through people, when it could have been Billy. And how awesome would it have been if you saw the enemy?
Could you imagine the fucking
on the arm?
Could you imagine the masses though? Why is the white guy the villain? What can't have a black guy because he's black? Well, because like everybody
I wasn't
fucking
gonna say that.
well,
Why the fuck you so
seriously.
interested in my car, motherfucker?
Exactly.
No reason.
People would have lost their shit. But no, that is I always thought that was weird that they had that whole like Africa connection with Zero, and then like they set a game in Africa and they didn't acknowledge that. Like, what?
Yeah.
In any way,
That's-
they didn't tie them together at all. Why would you not do that?
Something else, like they missed on the little market thing. They go to Africa, and they don't use any African kind of animals. There's no elephant, there's no hyenas, there's no zebras, no lions, and you got your typical dogs in there. You just think, oh, why? You had the perfect opportunity to have new or different things. Just come up with the dogs and the liquors, and you think, okay, yeah.
You know what they call that?
What's that?
Lazy.
And another thing, how Wesker in the end of Code Veronica, spoiler alert.
No.
At the end of Code Veronica, Wesker mentions that his team has took Steve's body. And again, Steve could have been one of the enemies that's been infected by the Ouroboros or mixed with whatever else. And Chris, could have been fighting him.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Well, Wesker ate Steve's corpse,
Possibly.
and that's how he becomes Ouroboros Man.
Yeah.
Ouroboros Man.
Chris!
Yeah. So, I don't know if they had it originally in their RE5, plot, but I highly doubt it because they probably just thought, no, let's just come up with Shiva and give her no story whatsoever, pretty much. But yeah, it's a fine game. It's okay. I still enjoy it better than 7.
God damn it. You just had to go
7!
there. You shit.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
That's a good one. Yes. How about you?
I don't know.
What?
I was also not prepared for this.
I
know, but I couldn't think. There wasn't enough time to think about it because I'm like, there's a lot of games that are survival horror that I didn't like. That doesn't mean that they weren't good.
Wow. Well, what's one you didn't like that maybe could have been better if it had whatever thing?
Can it be Resident Evil?
5?
I was gonna go with 7, but
God.
It's okay. I picked 7 too.
I don't know because I know what's like considered survival horror, but there's a lot of games that I'm like, oh, this is a survival horror, or like that's not a survival horror, and I'm like, oh, okay, well it was spooky.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I mean, there's horror games and then there's survival horror. And sometimes it's a fine line between what makes which one which.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I honestly, I don't know.
How about
I'm trying
you?
to think of some that I've played, but I don't know.
How about you, Dante?
Dante.
I've been thinking about it the entire time this discussion has been going on, and I have been listening, just for frame of reference. I was trying to think of do I have anything with Silent Hill that's a missed opportunity? And my real answer was just no. I like Silent Hill as it is. At least the Team Silent, the original.
You could talk about the fucking disaster that's the HD remakes.
Yes,
or
the
PT.
PT, or the Silent Hill collection. Those probably be the only two that I could. Wait, no. I do have something.
Aww.
I discussed it at one Spoodcast how I saw that fucking pachinko for Silent Hill 2 and how it looked so good and how an actual remake, a proper remake of Silent Hill 2 could have happened with how nice those graphics look and how all those new cinematics and stuff that just look really nice and shit. But instead, it's just a fucking pachinko game because that's all that Konami cares about. Like, I think like an actual remake, a real remake of Silent Hill 1 and not Shattered Memories, because that just shattered our fucking memories, would have been like, would have been cool with like how they were going with fucking, you know what I mean? That's really as much as I can pull out within this short time. That there probably could have been like a modern day release of these games being all beautiful and shit, and not with this shitty HD remake, or this quote unquote HD remake with bad use of assets and some missing everything. Like,
Yeah, you guys like that fog in Silent Hill? Well, let's take that out.
let's take that out. Let's take out some lighting effects that were in there. Like, oh my god! Like when I watched that video about like the whole like graphical, like lost in translation stuff. Whew, that was a trip, because I'm just like, wow, you know, when this guy pointed out like the graphic, like how they handled everything on PlayStation 2 was amazing, and then they just fucking shat on it. Like, PC made sense. At the time, PC wasn't fucking amazing, but then they bring out the HD collection, and you're just like,
Where's 4?
It's in hell where it belongs.
Silent Hill 4 is not that bad. It's different. It's a little out there, but I still enjoy it for what it is. The only thing I really don't like on that one is just trying to keep Eileen alive.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Other than that,
Is she like about to die and you're like, come on, Eileen?
it's like you try to get her through anything, and there's something trying to fight her. And if you give her a weapon, it's even worse, because then she'll try to fight it.
Fight the weapon?
Maybe the monsters with the weapon, like a purse. She gets a fucking purse, and you expect her to be useful. No. I think if any, maybe the missed opportunity is how bad they made the Eileen escort mechanic.
I mean, almost all of Silent Hill after 3 is a fucking missed opportunity.
Yeah, but I don't know. I say like that because at least the fourth one was still within Team Silent's vision, and they knew what they were doing. Whereas like everything after that was like trying to figure out what they meant, and then going off some of the fucking movies premises, and I'm just like, no. Pyramid Head is James' manifestation of guilt. Not whatever the fuck that is. Blech.
I feel like maybe Silent Hill 4 saved Resident Evil 4, because like they were almost going in the ghost direction as well, and then they saw Silent Hill 4 and they were like, "Whoa, fuck that. We need to get that shit out of our game."
Just leave the ghosts to Fatal Frame.
No ghosts. Stop it.
Go.
Stupid. This is so stupid. We make bioorganic weapons, not motherfucking ghosts.
Bioorganic ghosts.
Well, I mean,
and
at least
werewolves.
ghosts still kind of make sense to the setting of Silent Hill. It's spiritual. I mean, most of the times, usually it's manifested monsters.
Yeah.
As opposed to like ghost, but I don't know. It's a tricky subject. That's like a whole nother
better
discussion.
in Silent Hill than it would in Resident Evil, but I just don't. It's just not a ghost story. You know, it never like they're fucking.
It's a spin-off of a file.
They're 3 games in, and it's like they've never talked about ghosts or any of that shit. So why is it all of a sudden, hey, there's ghosts?
Well,
where they been?
You could say Maria's like a type of a ghost. Or there's even that Born from a Wish with Baldwin, if you remember that. That was a form of ghost. She opens the door and there's nobody there. Spoiler alert.
I guess. It's fine. There's worse games in the world than Silent Hill 4, so.
Yes, everything after Silent Hill 4.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. I think that's my missed opportunity, whatever the hell I was saying.
Yeah. And now it's just like thinking about all the Silent Hills, I feel like those are way better missed opportunities. Like I just picked Resident Evil 7 just because, like we've talked about, there's things about 7 that I do like. There are steps made that were in the right direction and things that they did that were good. So it did have that potential. And one of the things that I did like about it was like the idea of putting in a new character that's just like Joe Schmo everyman, kind of like back in the day where you're just like, where you're just like, you're not a trained special agent, like you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to shoot guns, you're not this big tough guy, you know, you're just like who you would be in the situation, so you can identify with that character. Like I like that idea. You throw that person that's relatable into the environment. You like, they needed to give him a personality, you know, a reason to care about him, which is where they dropped the ball. But the idea of putting that kind of a character in that environment makes sense, and then leading him down a path where he runs into a character that you know from the franchise, and that character comes in and is integral to the story, and you work with that character and you get to see the character that you typically play yourself from a different perspective because you're working with that person. That person's got the power. You're kind of supporting them. It's kind of a different dynamic with a character that you knew previously. Like that could be a really cool thing, and you're still vulnerable. You're getting both sides of it, you know, because it's just two very different dynamics that you got to kind of experience through different Resident Evil games across the franchise, where you are vulnerable, and then you're Chris, who's fucking beefed up steroid guy, punch boulders, you know, fucking, you're invincible, you know, you're just running around blowing shit up. So you could kind of have both of those elements in a single game and still maintain the horror dynamic, because you're not playing that person that's super overpowered, but you get to see it. Like I like that idea where you're kind of blending both worlds, and that had a lot of potential to do something that could have propelled the story forward and been interesting, and still kept that survival horror theme, and brought in something new, and brought in something that you know, and just kind of mix it up in an interesting way. But they just totally missed that. You know, they brought in Chris, they changed the way that he looked. Nobody liked it. He looks stupid. He doesn't look like Chris. You know, nobody identifies that Chris as Chris. And he was in it for like 2 seconds, and he had like no impact to the story. He didn't do anything. He wasn't relevant. So that whole concept, that whole idea, and all that potential that they had to do something interesting was just completely wasted for nothing. They went the opposite direction and just pissed everybody off, because it's like, oh, here's a Resident Evil character that we ruined everybody. Oh, and by the way, we're not going to do anything with him. Oh, and Ethan sucks. Oh, and here's 3 enemy designs. Have fun.
And here's some DLCs just compensate for the lack of stuff in our main game.
That got delayed. That was garbage. But yeah, just, I don't know. I think the idea there was good. They just failed miserably to execute that, which is unfortunate. But
whatever it was still good enough to get a Resident Evil 2 remake going at the very least.
Yeah, no, like I feel like it served its purpose. It turned the direction of the vehicle in the right in the right way. So that's all that mattered. You know, they put enough survival horror in there, and they put the things that people wanted, like the item management, a little bit of the difficulty in there, so that they could see whether that worked or not, and it did work, and that kind of gave them the go-ahead to pursue that to push that a little further along and see, you know, what the demand is, and it worked out well for everybody. We got an amazing game, and
No, we didn't.
What?
Let's talk about Resident Evil 2 remake.
It's still not an amazing game.
Oh, jeez.
You know what?
Shots fired again.
You're dead to me.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
fine, but it doesn't want me to play the game anymore. It doesn't. I'd rather play the original.
He needs a character in Resident Evil 2 remake that could punch zombies with the left right combo.
It's a good scenario B.
It actually needs a zap system. Hey, there you go. That's a missed opportunity.
Clearly, I'm wrong, because Resident Evil 2 isn't Game of the Year. Untitled Goose Game is. That's the real game.
God.
Oh, I'm getting that tomorrow.
A fucking
off.
indie game.
Fucking hell.
Stay tuned for my Spoodcast, where we talk more about indie games. Plugged.
You better not talk about that piece of garbage game.
Actually, it's going to be brought up as a point of how indie games doesn't really feel as indie anymore. Good. But anyways, I'm derailing.
that
So yeah, Sean.
in a world where Untitled Goose Game wins Game of the Year, I mean, it's a sign
It
of the
makes you-
times that
You have to think about things in retrospect.
that's proof that nobody gives a shit about video games anymore. Especially when we had amazing games like Resident Evil 2. Fuck you, Alec.
Don't make Cry 5.
Yeah, right. It's fine.
Judgment.
Well, I can't speak to that because I haven't played it, but I'm sure it's good. It's Yakuza. I mean,
Any day, Sean. Diz did it, and she did it in faster time than Breath of the
playing
Wild.
Uncharted already. I can't get platinums on Yakuza. They're too time-consuming.
And
I will get
difficult.
there. I will get there. They're not
Gambling.
Well,
difficult.
that's not difficulty. That's luck and trash.
That's difficult.
no, it's
Nope.
garbage.
Koi Koi, the card game.
Oh, fuck that game.
But
You're
anyways.
making me not want to play it. Before we wrap
No.
things up, and now that we have some distance from all the negativity and all that fucking shit, I want to give a huge thank you to Jazz and Alec for stepping up and running the show without me last week. You guys did an excellent job, and you guys had a really good episode, so thank you for that.
Alec told me to leave.
Except for Alec. I mean, good job, Jazz. Fuck you, Alec. Eat shit.
Woo!
I do.
You shat on Resident Evil 2. You fuck. I can deal with 7, but 2, how dare
That's
you?
too much.
It's
The
too
characters are
much.
just off. They it's not as good as everyone thinks it plays out to be. It's just not.
You did it.
Anyway,
It's time for some
Anyway.
updates.
Shots fired.
Jazz,
hey.
well, what you little working on?
Hey. Still working on trying to get not the last, but my next and probably last platinum.
What? Look what you did, Alec. You did this.
you did
Give
it.
everybody a
Me?
stroke.
Yeah,
What'd he do?
he did
Yeah.
everything.
I was
Oh.
supportive.
Oh, yes,
You-
the very
you're the
original
negative
answer.
Nancy, you shit.
I'm the evil guy. I'm supposed to be negative.
Oh, that's true.
British. Yeah, so I'm working on that. I have one trophy left to get. Hopefully I'll get it today, this weekend.
Got it.
I'm
fall
gonna
asleep.
I have to play hockey in like 4 hours. I'm gonna pass out.
Oh my god.
My I'm off Monday for what we have here, a stat holiday called Family Day, and I'm gonna be at home alone because I'm gonna record some lines. Beth still has to work, so I'll be able to be as retarded and loud and old hookery as I want. And I have a new Machinima coming up. Well, not coming up because it's not gonna be around for a long time.
Wow.
But I mean,
Cock tease.
I started writing the script, and I'm not recording the scenes, but I'm writing down like which part of the game is which scene, like so I know I can get back to it easily. And I figure I'm just gonna like write the script, assemble the scene, find a crew or like cast for everybody, and just get everything but lines ready. And then after you've played the fucking game and you won't get spoilers, then I can make the machinima, but it'll already be made. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
because I can't edit, like I can't work on episode 4, and I can't work on the stuff I already got going because my computer won't really turn on. But my friend's gonna come over on Monday, and look at it because he fixes it for me.
Oh, good.
So meanwhile, like I can still play my game and I can still write on my laptop. So
We're
I'm not
all
lost
having
completely.
PC problems except for Alec because he just got a fancy smancy new one.
because it's PC stands for piece of crap.
Because it's a
I
lot.
almost said shit. Piece of shit. And so that's my only update because I'm not working on my other stuff. Yeah.
Alec,
Hello.
what are you working on?
Well, I've actually started. I've actually done 2 minutes worth of fisting.
Excuse me?
Nice. How's your knuckles?
This podcast is not for children, Alec. How dare you say something like that?
I'm sorry. I was talking about fisting force.
Oh.
I apologize.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Fist all the time in public.
I do my apologies. So, really, what I've done is I've recorded the game, but without any audio or sound effects. So I'm completely redoing absolutely everything, just because I don't want YouTube to piss me off and go like.
We own that.
Yeah,
Sure.
totally. So, I mean, I don't even know who owns Fighting Force anymore. I mean, is it Square Enix?
Probably nobody.
Yeah, I don't know.
The game I'm playing is Square Enix.
Okay.
Squeamish.
But anyway, so I just thought, fuck it, just record everything and mute and start again. So I've done the first 2 minutes with the sound effects, and I have written a script, and I have sent it out.
I have a question. Am I in this?
Yes, you are Zeng.
You're the hooker.
Zing?
Yeah.
Wait, those lines I recorded for you.
Yeah, that guy that sounds like he's gonna puke every time he gets smacked in the face.
You
Okay,
already
so
recorded? Wow.
Oh, you're already
So
done?
well, he told me make this noise and that noise, and I'm like, okay.
That's all you had to do?
I had to
Oh.
make noises.
For the
At the
opening.
moment, there'll be other lines. It's like because there's other girl characters, and I just thought it'd be funny if me and Dante just carry on being the girl ones, going, "Oh my god, ew, don't hit me,
Like,
Ew.
yeah, ouch!
God."
You broke my nail, you fucking whore.
Oh my god. You know, speaking about that, when you were Victoria, Shayla lost her shit when she found out you
Of course she did.
because of the shit.
A shat.
Yeah, that's my.
So
that's-
I love that Victoria. That's Dante. What? Christ. Rip Shayla.
Rip.
Somebody will.
Oh!
There's lots of violence on this podcast. I like it.
So much shots fired,
I
guys.
come back and there's just nothing but negativity and
You brought it with.
He just shot Shayla. That's negative, actually.
wow.
Whoa.
It is negative, I said. Good.
But you had to think about it.
It's because I need her for Claire, so.
Wow. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh my god. Who's next?
Dante.
You.
Oh, me? Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, I got a lot of updates.
Oh, boy.
So part of my other
Like
part
a
of the
kid
week
in a
was
dildo shop.
what the fuck? So I spent literally most of this week, besides the stuff I mentioned already, editing My Restless Nightmares, Dirty Little Sinners, the Silent Hill 2 spood. When I resumed editing, I was 10 pages in out of 48 in terms of inserting lines, because I insert lines first so I could pace the spood the way I want. But apparently I also edited in the footage for some scenes because I wanted to make sure the body language also worked. So most of this week was spent like trying to get it all ready by today or by Valentine's Day, because it would have been cool if I posted something about lovers and people and
Hey, fuck you, I
darkness and
tried.
shit. Hey, I know you did. But so right now I just finished editing it, but I'm rendering it as we speak so I can do like a quality check and see if it's good. And without like Vegas like freaking out on me, because sometimes it doesn't display everything as smoothly as the final product. Hi.
Our Valentine's Day in Canada is today, so
It's
Fuck off.
Tuesday? Wait, isn't Tuesday?
Don't listen to her.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll post it by Tuesday. But so yeah, so it's rendering and I'm gonna check everything, make sure it's all good. And if it's all good, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. And if it's not, I'm gonna go fix it and wait another 2 hours, because that's apparently what it says I have to wait. I have to wait 2 hours. There's 50 minutes left on this rendering thing. It's been an hour and 47 minutes.
Boy,
That's
oh
also
boy.
how I know how long this wordcast has been going. Ta-da!
How dare you spy?
You broke the wall.
Oops.
Oh wait,
Sorry.
I can't talk. Fuck.
So, I'm pretty sure that's all I have going on right now. After My Restless Nightmares 2, I'll make sure to work on the bloopers immediately for patrons and get that ball rolling. But I have to start working on GM18 again because one of my longtime voice actors is finally going pro. So he's slowly going to be leaving. So he told me if I can get the season 2 and the movie done within this year and send the script out, he can at least be the voice of the character. He won't be able to sing for them anymore, but he'll at least be the voice. And that's all I can really ask for. So I really need people to get their shit together. I need to finish that series because that's literally my worst nightmare, is losing my OG voice actors because they're finally moving up.
Moving on up.
Fuck.
To the east side.
So I think that's my updates for now. Jess, did we ask you what's
Yeah,
going on?
My update is to ask Shaun what his update is.
Okay, hey Shaun.
Hello.
Hey Shaun. What are you?
Nothing.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for watching the Wordcast. Like, comment, subscribe, support on Patreon, and get fucked.
And take a piss.
Shaun.
Nope. Reals.
I mean, I was half serious. The only thing that I obviously really haven't been able to do anything, but yeah, this episode we've been doing live on Twitch, so that's been a test run.
Seriously?
Yeah. So.
Oh God.
So yeah, so that might be.
Did you not
be a
get
thing.
his permission before you did this?
I said it before. Well, he's not a minor. It's fine.
What?
But
oh my God.
So yeah, so that's probably going to be a thing going forward. We'll see kind of what reception is like on that, and so we'll still put it on YouTube. So it'll just go live as we record it on Twitch, and then I'll do the edited version and upload that to YouTube. So yeah, but that's just kind of been messing around with that, and that's about it. That's all I've really had the chance to do this last couple weeks with everything that's been going on. But hopefully next week I will be able to get some stuff done because I have completed stuff that I need to upload, and I'm close to finishing a couple things. So I just haven't been able to touch any of that with everything that's been going on. But there you go. Twitch. But yeah, I want to do some more stuff with Twitch. So I'll probably be a little bit more active on there. Trying to kind of establish myself and be semi-consistent on there because I know that's important to getting an audience on there, because I have like no audience on there because I never use Twitch. So that's a whole nother fucking can of worms. But we'll see how that goes. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
This has been episode 73. Thanks for coming by today, everybody. Don't forget that when you buy digital games, you're signing a contract that more or less says you hate video games and you want to pay more for them.
Wow.
If you like this episode, be sure to smash the things, the likes, the subs, tell your friends, tell your dog, and consider supporting us at patreon.com/thewordproductions. And also, Dante, you can do your plug.
Yeah, you support me on Patreon too. Support Shaun, support me together on patreon.com/darkerbridgerex. Also subscribe to DarkerBridgerEX, where you can watch the My Restless Nightmares, Dirty Little Sinners, the Silent Hill 2 parody featuring Shaun as Jake, and a few other friendly faces like Austin freaking Brown and Mystery Diz as some people. Ta-da! It's like the dream come true. Senpai notices you, and it comes full circle. Just go watch it.
Do it. Let us know
Or
how
you'll
we're
die.
Let us know how we're doing or what you want to see in the comments below, or contact me on the-word.com, or you can tweet at me at thewordpro. Until next time, have a good week, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Bye.
Raining dicks on Sean.